Write the vision, make it plain. I am Dr. Estella Conwill Majozo, and this is Profile of a Writer. The two books that I am speaking about today are Freedom Clothes, The Amazing Tale of Thornton and Lucy Blackburn. This is a very true tale, a historical novel, and it is from a story that happened in Louisville, Kentucky, my hometown. And I wrote it from a little footnote that was in Dr. Blaine Hudson's book on the Underground Railroad, and I spun this tale out of those two sentences, and it's a very telling tale. And then I invited the artist of the region to look at the book and to take out the artifacts that were mentioned in the book, and we had an exhibition of their works. We had people like the famous Ed Hamilton participated, William Duffy, Karen Davis. It was wonderful. Lucille Clifton, quite a few artists from the region created artifacts from the book. And I'm excited about this tale for a number of reasons. You know, they were a married couple, and at a time when marriage was not even legal for enslaved Africans, and they struggled together, and they made it all the way to freedom. I'm going to be reading from the preface or the introduction to this book, and it is published by Africa Tree Press. Freedom Clothes. This is the intro. Freedom Clothes is the historical fiction or faction, as coined by author Alex Haley, of Thornton and Lucy Blackburn, a married couple who escaped the brutality of slavery in Louisville, Kentucky in 1831, took a steamboat to Cincinnati, Ohio, then a stagecoach to Detroit, Michigan, where they lived for a time a life of freedom. They were captured and imprisoned and condemned to be brought back to Louisville to live as slaves again. The story does not end there. The people of Detroit resisted the oppression. They freed Lucy in an incredible manner and liberated Thornton in a way that is nothing short of amazing. The tale anticipates future transformation of space. The geography that Lucy and Thornton pass through wrinkles time, brushes to the present to offer a cultural blueprint for our own becoming. As poet Maya Angelou says, we are the hope and the dream of the slave. There are 4 cardinal movements in this blueprint. 1, recognize your condition. 2, determine what you want your condition to be. 3, act out your determination. And 4, summon your transformation. Thornton and Lucy are oppressed and unable to go on in slavery. They have become aware that their souls cannot continue to abide this condition. Indeed, before one escapes bondage or forges through the uncharted territory, one must be aware of his or her predicament. Years later, Harriet Tubman, engineer of the Underground Railroad, would say that she would have freed a lot more slaves than the 300 that she did had they known that they were enslaved. This is an underlying theme throughout our sojourn in this land since the first generation of American-born slaves, the recognition of our bondage. There is much that went into the enslavement of the African mind, the traumatic capture and theft from one's native land, the breaking of the spirit on the slave ship, the dehumanizing humiliation of the auction block, the seasoning of behavior on the plantation, the everyday brutality in the form of beatings, branding, isolation, familial separation, and constant miseducation that guarantees the African identity is stripped away and the slave identity is ingrained. Determination. Determine what you want your condition to be. Lucy and Thornton determined to be free. They take a vow to solidify the commitment. By hell or high water, we're going to take this freedom. They set their minds and hearts on this goal and will not be deterred. Like the vows of marriage, their verbalized commitment becomes the tie that binds them before God and each other to their quest for freedom. This is more than a tale of tenacity. It is a map for engaging life, of never giving up on achieving one's goal regardless of the circumstances. It reflects the essential and often marvelous collective energy of a people united around a common goal. Time collapses here and stretches out again and again. Their tale is unbounded. It tells us a truth about ourselves, our nation, and our world. We are Thornton and Lucy Blackburn, seeking to realize our God-given freedom. It opens up with them coming to a free man that is fictionalized. He's invented, called I Own Me, and they're asking for help as they try to steal away. A little spoiler for you: while they are captured and imprisoned in Detroit, two free black women come into Lucy's cell, and one of them exchanges clothes with her and allows Lucy to escape. And she sits there in her cell. She does a Jesus move and takes her place. This is a very exciting tale. I hope that you will look at it and read it and flush your mind against the pathology of the black family, and know that even in the beginning there were husband and wife, whole families that fought and resisted together, and that's an inspiration for us today. This is a collection of this is a book that goes with it. The exhibition was curated by Dr. Robert Douglas. The photographs of the artifacts are by Bud Dorsey, and the oil painting of Lucy and Thornton, which was a rendering of the artist's imagination, was done by Miss Relina Jones. It's an oil painting that stands so high. It was really a wonderful, wonderful piece. I hope that you take a look at this, and you see here there is a rendering by Allison Ellery of The Escape. It's a sculpture that shows the free woman taking Lucy's place in the jail. It's very, very interesting, and I'm sure that you will enjoy the pieces. Thank you very much, and this is available. Both books are available on Amazon. Thank you.